This is Nita's car. Nita's my wife. It's a '04 Porsche Carrera S4, okay, or 4S. I bought it for about, if I remember right, about $105,000 in '04. It's now got over 92,000 miles on it. What does that have to do with investing? What does it have to do with investing in the future? I think it's a good example of what the future holds for us. Back on, October the 20th last year, Nita came home and told me that her car lit up on the dashboard and said, "Take me to the shop." Yeah, that's what it said. Take me to the shop. Well, we took it to the shop and we found that some gasket that cost $46 had broke, and it was affecting the performance of the engine. And after about 2 days, 3 days, I don't know what it was, we left, but we left behind $1,372. 6 days later, it lit up again and said, "Take me to the shop." Well, this time it was an oxygen sensor. We gave them $662, and they allowed us to bring our car home. So then on November the 20th, a month later, the light came back on and said, "Take me to the shop." And this time it was a cracked seal on an intake manifold. That cost $161. And all total, and so thus far, it's worked fine. So that whole incident cost $2,195. But we still have the car, and it's still running, and based on Nita's longevity, it's going to be here for about another 25 years, and then the grandkids will probably take it. What's that got to do with investing? What's it got to do with investing on the future? Well, if you remember, I shared with you a interview with Jim Cramer and Tim Cook, and that was on January the 6th, 2019, in which Tim said in the future you will look back at Apple and you will say their largest contribution was that how they helped improve healthcare. What does that have to do with the Porsche? I think what Tim was telling you and me was that in the future, his Apple Watch is going to light up and say, "Take me to the shop." But it's not going to be about your Porsche, your BMW, your Tesla. It's going to be about your body. It's going to be that the technology has evolved such that when something is going wrong in your body, that your watch, your phone, your glasses, something is going to light up and say, "Take me to the shop. Take me to the doctor. Take me to the hospital." That's the future. That's what I want to invest in. That's what I want to advise you to invest in. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick with me, because I think I can open your eyes up to what I believe is 10 times bigger than the data revolution. And there's somebody else who believes that as well, and I'll share that with you too. So stay with me. This is big. This is the biggest investment opportunity in your lifetime. And Nita's Porsche is going to show you exactly how it's going to happen.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Okay, so what does Nita's Porsche have to do with your investment opportunities, with my investment opportunities? I think it's obvious, it is to me anyway, that you can look at the development of technology in other fields and then see how it might relate to something that's coming in the future. And what I'm saying to you is how Nita's car has sensors in it to tell me or tell her when something is going wrong, that technology is going to come to your body so that we will know when something goes wrong. We've talked at length about genome sequencing. We've talked at length about CRISPR and edits and other companies that are looking to find ways to alert us when something is going wrong in our body, and then give us the tools. The mechanic who goes in and fixes the Porsche, gives us the tools to go in and fix our bodies. It's a given. It's what's coming. So how do we then profit off of that? How do we participate? As I've told you, there are people who believe, Tim Cook, that their technology is going to make that possible, and that it is 10 times bigger than the digital economy. So with all that information and with the relevance to an automobile and how that same technology might be able to be available to my body, I am challenged, you should be challenged, to find out who's going to bring it to us. Who's going to make it possible for this to happen? If we can do that, and if in fact it is 10 times bigger than the digital economy, we're going to get rich. The only challenge is who's going to do it? How's it going to happen? Well, there's a company, it's a SPAC, it's under the symbol CAPA, and it's Quantum PSI. Now, I've talked to you in the past about Illumina and Pacific Biotech and their sequencing of genomes and how that's going to affect us in the future. Well, this Quantum PSI sequences your protein. Your protein, if you think about it, in your body, you have automechanics. Grow with me here. You have automechanics going around making corrections for things that are going wrong in your body. So what you need to do, and what we're looking for, is the ability to see what those mechanics are finding and recognizing that they don't have the capability to fix everything that's going wrong. We call that cancer. We call that heart disease. We call it Alzheimer's. We call it dementia. Obviously, they don't have the ability to correct those. So they need help. So what we have to do is recognize the problem. And that's what Quantum PSI does. It sequences your protein. And it gives us notification that there's a vacuum seal broken, and the mechanic needs to go fix it. So then the medication or the therapy has to come in to that sequencing and say, here is what will fix that in Carrie's body. Wow. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. This is on the horizon, and it's right around the corner, and it's being expedited by the fact that we had the coronavirus in 2020, that we realized we don't have this thing under control. And as a result of the reaction to the coronavirus, there was $8 trillion pumped into the economy in 2020 to see to it that we got the vaccine. Well, as we got the vaccine, that money trickled to other biotech companies who are now saying, this can never happen again. Let's spend money on biotech. Joe has come out and said he's going to help. He's going to up the budget from 0.7% to 2.1%, triple the budget on science and technology. And then we have just this morning, Joe saying that he's going to put another $3 trillion into infrastructure. Well, what's that have to do, Carrie, with the infrastructure on this finding what's going on in my body? It's money. It's money that's coming into the system that's eventually going to find its way somewhere else. Someone is going to get paid for correcting that bridge, which is going to put money in somebody's pocket, which is going to go to the grocery store, go to gasoline, but it's going to trickle down. It's in the economy. And it eventually ends up in someone's pocket who doesn't need it for groceries and gasoline or electric, and thus they spend it on innovation. And that's what's happening in our world. Now, what is the motive there? I would ask you, and let's do a quiz. Let's do a poll. If I gave you four choices, for worth about $150,000 apiece. The first one was, I would give you a new Model S Plaid Plus Tesla. Now, this is a car that goes 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. It has a high speed of 200 miles an hour. Boy, you need that. And it has a range of 520 miles. Would you take that? Or what if I just gave you the $150,000? That's choice B. $150,000 or the Tesla. The Tesla has just technology coming out of its wazoo. Or I could give you 50 shares of Amazon stock. Or I could give you 10 more years on your life expectancy. Which would you choose? Which would you choose? Here's the poll. You check, see which you would choose. Check the timestamp right now so that you could come back in a week and see what the answer to the poll is. I know what I would vote for, but I'm in a different position than you are. Why am I doing this? Because I think I know what the answer is going to be. And I think if you'll come back in a week and see how the votes came in, you'll see the motivation, where the motivation is. Is it for the shiniest and the best car in the world? Is it for the company that has more potential growth than any other company in the world? Or is it for the dollars today? Or is it for a better, a longer life? This, I think, will tell you where the motivation is to make sure in 3 to 5 years that when something goes on wrong in my body, my watch, my glasses, my phone lights up and says, Carrie, take me to the shop. It's in our future. It's there. Quantum PSI, it's going to do it. Illumina, Pacific Biotech, Exit. The list is long. But the problem is, my problem is, I know what's going to happen. I know that my watch will light up and say, take me to the shop. What I don't know is who's going to create it, who's going to make it possible. And that's where I need your help. I need you to help me find those companies. I'm one guy, and I can only do so much research. But if I could gather, think about this, if I could gather together 1 million people who are interested in the stock market and interested in finding the future, predicting the future, and helping us invest. If I could get 1 million people to go to Best of Us Investors, sign up, join our Discord, and then communicate back and forth, and then I create a team to take your suggestions, and we put our heads together to find the company that's going to light up my watch and say, take my body to the shop. If we work together on that, how rich can we get? Well, I'll just take you back. July 1st, 1997, I think, look and see what Amazon was selling for. And that's a part of the digital, a big part of the digital economy. And you're going to see it grew exponentially. Well, what I'm talking about is 10 times bigger than the digital economy. Can you see if we work together, what we could do? I mean, this is mind-boggling. The crazy thing is, this all came to me as we got our notice for our license plates. Nita's license plate on her 2004 Porsche is $35 a year. On my BMW, it's over $500 a year. And I got to thinking, damn, that's an old car. 90-some thousand miles. And yet, it lit up and said, take me to the shop. What if my body could do that? And I realized it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. There are people alive today who are going to live to be 150 years of age because we're going to be notified. We're going to be notified that there's something going wrong. Go get it fixed. And then we're going to start getting replacement parts, just like in the car. Nita's car. We've got a 1969 Corvette that Virgil, Nita's father, bought for Trent, our son, 10 days after he was born. And the car's still running because we took care of it. Now, does it light up? No. It has a oil gauge, a gas gauge, and a water temperature gauge, and that's about it. But that's how far we have come in the auto field. Folks, this is your opportunity of a lifetime. Come join the tribe. Be a part of it. Share your information with us. We'll share our information with you. And we'll all just get filthy rich. How about it? Talk to you tomorrow.